What is something an entrepreneur can say to you during a pitch that will ensure an absolute no from you?
Yeah, that's a tough question. I thought about that when you mentioned it earlier. I brought somebody into the program that I wanted to work with, and they had an existing business. They wanted our help. It made sense for them to come to our program and for us to guide them into a bigger business. And they said one thing to me in the room, which was that that's great. That makes sense. Let's do that. And then I walked out of the room and overheard, well, we're not going to do that. So it boils down to evaluating somebody's integrity. You're coachable, or you think you know better. Entrepreneurs often think they know better, and I like to say it's kind of a dichotomy where you feel like it's important that you have the answers because ultimately you're the person who's responsible, so you have to have the answers. At the same time, you have to learn from your mistakes while not admitting you're failing, right? So of course I didn't fail. No, not at all. However, I'm not going to do that again next time. So you learn from your mistakes, you learn from failure, and it's okay to do those things when at the same time you're really reluctant to admit those problems. Mistakes happen all the time. We're in the business of mistakes, right? When you're starting something from scratch, it ultimately has a whole pile of mistakes before it leads to something great. And every company experiences that. And if you're going to have that, you need to have that as an open and honest conversation. And anybody who is not having an open and honest conversation with you about the problems and isn't willing to defend themselves in the room is not somebody I'm willing to work with. Mm-hmm. So the specific example is being caught out, being too eager to say yes, when in fact you should say no, and you should stick to your guns. And someone who seems overly eager to say yes to me, but actually in the details they're really not agreeing to do it. That's the biggest problem. Mistakes and questions like I don't have an answer to that is perfectly acceptable because you're going into the unknown. That's the nature of the business. And I have no problem with the founder who doesn't know the answer. I have a problem with someone who's telling me either that they have the answer when they don't, or they're telling me that they're coachable and they're not. Those are probably the biggest challenges because that's the 10-year journey. You're gonna have lots of mistakes, and that's okay. Accept the mistakes and be open and honest about them. Don't try to hide them.
So humility and integrity are two key ingredients to success.
Yeah, you can't work with people that don't have integrity in what they say and aren't willing to stand up for what they believe in.
Yeah, absolutely.